Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. Today's video is going to be very interesting because we have got a Calcutta Kathi Roll challenge for you. That's right. I have ordered from 3 different places here in my vicinity, which is New Town, Kolkata, Marriott, and we're going from affordable options to expensive to the most expensive, again, in my vicinity here in New Town, Kolkata, Rajarhat, and what I could find online. So we're going from individual restaurants to a chain of, you could say, fast food, and we're also going over to our star rated hotel. So let's dig into all these different types of Kathi rolls and find out how they are packaged, how they are presented, how it all tastes, and most importantly, does it offer great value for your money? So without further ado folks, let's get started. Okay, let's talk about the packaging and how it all arrived at our place. So this is the rolls that we got from Aminia. All it came in was a simple plastic bag, and this is how we've received it. Moving over to Faasos, you can see it's also mentioned on the bill. So this is how the Faasos roll was packaged. You've even got the price here. I'm also going to share, the details a little later on, but it just cost me 175 rupees for one particular roll. And then finally you move over to your Fairfield by Marriott. So this is where I ordered the roll from, and as you can see, I'm just going to zoom in. It's a little, you could say, light as far as the print goes, but it says I paid a total of 295 Indian rupees for this. So again, this is how it came, this is how it was packaged. Okay, so this is how it all looks, after you've opened the package. Again, let's start with the one from Aminia. So this is how it looks. When we talk about the roll from Aminia, it just comes wrapped in, you could say, a paper. And then we move over to your Faasos, and it comes in a nice box. It looks quite nice. It's packaged well as well. There's a paper packaging inside. I'm just going to take this out, and let's place this on the plate. And what it also has is some sauce there. And what's this? I think this is your chili flakes, your tikha chaska. So you've got some chili flakes and you've got some tomato sauce. Okay, let's finally talk about your rolls from Fairfield by Marriott as well. By the way, they come wrapped in your silver foil, and what I do want to mention is that there are 2 rolls. So if I've paid 295 rupees, the 295 rupees actually covers 2 rolls, not just one, as you can see clearly on the camera. Now, I didn't know this when I placed the order because I just placed the order for 1 portion of chicken Kathi roll, but they've got 2 rolls included in that. Fantastic. And apart from the roll, you even get some mint chutney to go along with it. You've got some onions, lemon, and just 1 piece of chili. So that comes along with your Kathi roll. They're nicely packed in a silver foil, which hopefully should have retained heat. So I guess the roll is going to be juicy. But let's move over to all these in one shot and take a look at how it looks. So this is how it all looks, once you have opened up the package. Again, this is Aminia with just a paper wrap. This is Faasos with the paper wrap inside that nice and colorful box, but it's just 1 roll, by the way, that I paid 175 rupees for. And this is finally your chicken Kathi roll from Fairfield by Marriott. So let's open it and let's start tasting, and let's find out which one is the best value for your money. Let's go, folks. Okay, folks, so the dynamics of this video has kind of somewhat changed, and the reason why I say changed is because I first thought that the rolls from Fairfield by Marriott is going to be the most expensive, because I thought it's only going to come with 1 Kathi roll, but instead it landed up with 2 Kathi rolls. So that means if I've paid 295 including the tax, well, online it was just 250, but with all the taxes, etc., it comes up to 295. But if I've paid 250 for this, all right, I've got 2 rolls. That means it's 125 rupees for each roll. The Faasos roll that I've paid for, it was 175 rupees, all right, exclusive of taxes. So if you put taxes on top of it, it comes up to somewhere around 195, as you had seen on the camera. Finally, the Kathi roll from Aminia, this was 100 rupees exclusive of all taxes. So 100 rupees for 1 roll, 175 rupees for 1 roll, and technically this is 125 rupees for 1 roll. These are all ex of any taxes. So you put taxes on top of it, but this in fact has to be switched because Faasos now becomes the most expensive roll. So I have to switch the order here, and let's finally dig into them and find out how it tastes. Okay, so let's begin with the most affordable option, which is the roll from Aminia. Now the Aminia roll comes with a maida paratha, a lacha paratha, and this lacha paratha is very flaky. So if you can see this on the camera, it's got a very flaky paratha, and it's got nice pieces of chicken kebab in there. Oops, I don't know if I'll be able to show this on the camera properly, but if you can see this, it looks nice. So let's finally take a bite and find out how it tastes. Wow, the paratha is quite nice. It's very soft, despite of the fact that it's been home delivered. And the lacha parathas that you get at Aminia or that you get at Arsalan, they have a hint of sweetness. So there's a hint of sweetness coming from the parathas. There are nice chunks of onions. I would say raw onions. I'm just going to show you that. So there are raw onions and some chicken tikka kebabs in there, and it all comes together well. It's not as juicy as I thought it would be. So the chicken's not juicy. It's a little dry. Now let's move over to the roll from Fairfield by Marriott. And by the way, I don't know whether I should call this a roll or whether I should call it a wrap, like an open roll or an open wrap, because it's all opened. Wow. But let's dig into it and find out how this tastes. This also has lacha paratha, by the way, and it also has bits of capsicum in there along with some eggs. So this one came along with eggs. It was like a default option. I didn't choose the additional eggs. It just came along with it by default. Wow, this one's nice. It's got the bread has got a very tandoor kind of a taste, because I think the bread was, I'm not sure. It definitely looks like it was made on a tawa, but it still has that tandoor taste, I think, coming from the chicken. It's got a very tandoori kind of a taste, which is good. I mean it in a good way. The chicken itself is juicy. It's comparatively more juicy than the one from Aminia. The paratha, I like the paratha from Aminia quite honestly more than the paratha here. Here the paratha is comparatively a little more rubbery. The paratha here from Aminia was really soft. In fact, it's very, very soft and it's delicious. So even if you just have the parathas with some tea, great parathas. Here the parathas are not that great, but the stuffing inside is comparatively better. So it's tastier. Stuffing is tastier, but the parathas not so much. But overall, I would say if I'm paying 125 rupees for this, well, great value for money. Finally, let's move over to the roll from Faasos, which, by the way, looks the neatest out of the lot. So if I really have to zoom in and show you, what's inside, even the stuffing inside, it looks really neat. And the paratha itself looks very thin compared to your paratha from Fairfield by Marriott and your paratha from Aminia. So the paratha is really thin. The one good thing about Faasos is the fact that while placing your order, you have so many options that you could choose from. You've got wheat, multi-grain parathas, lacha parathas, maida parathas. So you have a lot of options to choose from, and plus you also have an option of adding stuff onto it. For instance, if you wanted to add more onions, if you wanted to add more, let's say, eggs on top of it, or even some extra chicken meatballs, you did have the option of doing that. Whereas with the roll from your Aminia and from Fairfield by Marriott, you did not have any such options of adding stuff on. So just thought I would mention that before I take a bite, and let's find out how the roll from Faasos tastes. Wow. I have to say that the roll from Faasos is definitely the best out of the lot. And again, not because, you know, it's the most expensive in today's comparison. It is that good. You know, they've put in a hint of something minty in there. First of all, there's a lot of sauce in there. Definitely mint sauce. There's a little bit of mayo as well, I think. The meat itself is so soft. And because of the fact that the parathas are this thin, very easy to chew on. And you will be able to have loads of these. You know, they are excellent. In fact, I'm just going to take this off and I'm going to take another bite of this because this is that good. So out of all the rules I'm saying, I'm sorry. Out of all the rolls that I've ordered today, wow, that's really good. My favorite in terms of taste is definitely this one. In terms of packaging, you could say best package was Fairfield by Marriott and the worst packaging was from Aminia. But hey, look at the price. You're talking about 100 rupees for that roll. Well, Fairfield by Marriott was not really far back because it was 125 per roll. And finally you had your Faasos, which was the most expensive, 175 in fact. So let's quickly take a stock of, you know, what we did today. We tried out all these three different rolls, three different price points. I wouldn't say, you know, Aminia was the cheapest. Cheapest is just the wrong word. It was more affordable. But in terms of taste, the paratha was really great. So the best paratha in terms of taste goes to Aminia because it has that hint of sweetness. But the most balanced in terms of parathas was your Faasos because it was so light. It was really thin parathas. In fact, this reminds me of the rolls from Nizam's. If you've already been to Nizam's is in fact the ones who actually created the concept of Calcutta Kathi Rolls. So that's how it all started. That's where the story began. And they also have very thin parathas. If you have had the chance to go to Nizam's, I highly recommend that you do. But because, you know, I'm recording this in Newtown, at the start of the video, I did mention in my vicinity. All right. So out of the parathas, best tasting is Aminia. The most balanced is your Faasos. In terms of taste, the chicken from Fairfield by Marriott definitely has that tandoori taste and it is juicy. But because of the added sauce and the mint sauce that is in Faasos, it just makes the whole thing not only more juicier, but even tastier. And it's easy to chew on as well because despite of the paratha being tastier from Aminia, it's definitely comparatively more chewy. And when you order these parathas at home, because you're not having them fresh, having them at the restaurant is a completely different experience. Having it at home, well, this is the best roll I would say that your money can buy. Even though it's 175 rupees, this is perhaps the best roll that you can order at home if you are in Newtown, Rajarat, Kolkata. And it definitely offers great value for money in terms of packaging, in terms of presentation, in terms of taste, most definitely. And in terms of value for money, well, I would rate it second. Value for money would be, I would say, your Fairfield by Marriott because you're getting two rolls. So 125 rupees with all that great packaging, with that hygiene, you know, of the hotel standards, you know, met. So value for money, I would say, is your Fairfield by Marriott. Surprisingly, not Aminia, which technically is the most affordable option, but it's still not great value for money because it's 100 rupees per piece. Just by paying the 25 rupees extra, you're getting way more with your Fairfield by Marriott. But today's winner is clearly your Faasos roll because this tops it all when it comes to taste, which is the most important factor when you're ordering food at home. So in case you've got a chance to order from any of these outlets, Faasos, Aminia or Fairfield by Marriott, do let me know in the comment section if you have placed your order after you've seen this video. I would love to hear from you and love to know, you know, what you feel. And please keep commenting, keep chatting. I look forward to your comments after I post every single video. And if you've not already hit that like and subscribe button, then please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It's free, nobody's charging you for it. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now that's a wrap for this one. And this is me signing off. Until we meet again in the next one, folks, take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.